say thank you to everybody for being here. My name is Bambi Manyosa Tantuco, and I am the current president of Museo Pambata, the children's museum we are all supporting today. I just wanted to say magandang hapon, so this is what we say in Filipino. Good afternoon, and thank you all for coming and being here today to support our Filipino children and their right to an accessible education through culture and the arts. The magic of this day began when Ms. Imelda McCain reached out to me about another project in 2018 I've worked on called Awit at Laro, meaning song and play, which advocated for Filipino games and play. A few years later, and a lot of exchanges of stories about the love of play, today we welcome you into this space that hopefully brings you back to the magic of childhood. And hopefully, it sparks curiosity and hopefully makes you feel the same energy of joy that Sophia and I first felt when we walked through these doors. I would like to thank Miss Imelda McCain. Thank you very much, Imelda. And her husband, Don. Thank you very, very much for creating a first home for Museo Pambata in New York. Thank you very much. Welcoming us through these doors to make change back home possible and real. I would also like to acknowledge the amazing board members here in New York who came with me from Manila. Sofia Elizalde, Maricris Bernardino, Reggie Aguinaldo, and of course, as well as other people who have contributed immensely to the success of this event. It is an understatement to say that this would not have been possible without them. Number one, Maricris Bernardino, who has been so instrumental in putting everything in the back-end support of this fundraiser together. Thank you, Maricris, for being our rock throughout all this. Reggie Aguinaldo, another board member. Reggie Aguinaldo Young, who is a returning board member of the museum, and her husband, Stephen, who are the owners of Google Room. They have generously donated all the food and drinks tonight. Thank you very much for the sponsorship. And just like in every Filipino gathering, this would have not been a fiesta and a celebration without them. Joe Maniego, thank you for this joyous occasion here in New York. She orchestrated us to the means of getting us all here today, making it happen. And of course, to my Vice President Sofia Elizalde. Sofia is the best wingman anyone could ever ask for. It just so happens that our friendship with Sofia bloomed during our childhood. Sofia and I were classmates in grade 1. And just like how we used to play in the playground together, the universe created a foreshadowing of what was in store for us in the future. A mission in life together, dedicated to every Filipino child, and an entire space to reimagine what the future holds for an entire generation of Filipinos. Thank you so much, Sophia, for everything. And of course, my Museo Pambata Barangay back in Manila. Albert, our executive director, our administrative officer, PJ, our programs, Zell, Alona, Ryan, Jenny. The universe has tested us with almost everything possible, and yet we become stronger knowing that this battle we fight is for the future of our people and our country. Thank you for keeping my days full of excitement. And of course, my husband, who could not be here today, but I would actually like to thank him in front of my children because my husband, who has made my years working in Museo Pambata as a volunteer possible, by supporting every crazy dream I've had and keeping me standing all throughout. And lastly, to my 2 daughters, Tasha and Bella, who have helped me in Museo Pambata and who are the embodiment of creativity and hope I wish that every Filipino child would be and have, and who continuously give me a reason to challenge the system and transform it for a better future for their children and their children's children. I've been an art educator for kids for over 25 years, and often I'm asked, what inspires you to work for children, and why are you still here? In 2029, when I was elected as president of the museum, it was hard for me to say no. Despite all the challenges that come with it, I knew that this is what our Filipino children deserved, and to be able to connect with their culture, fuel their creativity, and dream a little bigger. Museo Pambata is the first and only children's museum right now in the Philippines, and the museum was also the first place I brought my students when I was a teacher back then, and the first place I brought my children. And every time I meet a Filipino, like just last night, Nicole, who works here in Plain Mantis, told me, I remember so well the big mouth upstairs in the second floor. I remember this. And Vince also, you see him do a little dance later. He said, oh, the Pamilihang Bayan was my favorite exhibit. So it always resonates with everybody, and this is why I love working for this space. Thus, it was a legacy I was willing to fight for, despite the financial burdens, being closed during the pandemic, and threatening to close forever. And the multiple maintenance challenges, it survived. With the additional exhibition spaces and a playground and everyone's unwavering faith and support, we are determined to still keep it thriving. My father used to always say, it doesn't matter what you become one day, what you take up in college. What I will keep asking you is, what are you doing in your contribution to nation building? My mother also always used to say, to those who have been given much, much is expected. And much doesn't necessarily mean finances. It also means, do you have enough time? Do you have enough talent? Do you have resources? Do you have other things that you can share? Please do so. And this is where I stand on learnings from my parents. So Museo Pambata aims to bring back the authentic joy of childhood, something that Imelda and I really share the same passion for. Not just for children, but for us, who are still kids at heart as well. Don't you think, Imelda? This is our mission, and we invite you to be part of it. This afternoon, as we gather for Sama-Sama para sa Bata, the auction event and the fundraiser, we hold the power to transform lives. Your bid, no matter the amount, is a lifetime of hope, an investment in molding Filipino children as active agents in nation building. The magic is that your support will open the doors of Museo to those who might not have had the opportunity otherwise. With your help, we can provide 1,000 children the opportunity to come into our doors, free access to the museum, 1,000 and maybe even more. And nurturing curiosity, exploration, and inspiration. Your bids and your donation tonight will ripple far beyond these walls of Plain Mantis, shaping the dreams of young minds across the Philippines and helping us possibly one day build our new wing called Balayatu, the first open access creative space and art gallery for and by the youth of the Philippines. Here in Museo, we aim not just to let our kids dream, but we make it a reality, uplifting our local creative industries through culture, which is our soft power. So, in the spirit of Bayanihan, a word in Filipino that means to gather as a community to help another, let us unite to create a brighter future for children. What a beautiful day it is to gather for kids and for all those who made this event successful, and most especially to him, where all good things come. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. And thank you for being part of this incredible journey. Maraming salamat po.
Learning should and always be fun. That's why some of the most important lessons we learn on a playground. For over 25 years, the Museo Pambata has served as a playground of learning and creativity for Filipino children. We inspire Filipino children to discover themselves, their culture, and their environment. Museo Pambata nurtures, protects, and empowers the Filipino community. By providing access to education for all Filipino children from all walks of life, we raise them as active agents in nation building and the community. It takes a village to raise a child. The sense of community fostered with all our partners have ensured that the Museo Pambata continues championing the Filipino youth. The world has changed. While we have weathered these changes, we are struggling to keep up. That's why we're asking you to be part of this village. Help us raise the next generation of Filipino children by allowing us to make Museo Pambata even bigger and better than before. This ensures that Museo Pambata can raise and teach next generation of Filipinos in places tailored to their needs, allowing all Filipino children to dream big. The best legacy we can leave behind is hearing this sound. That's how you know your village has succeeded, because children are having fun. Be a part of this legacy of educating Filipino children for generations to come.
Tara, laro tayo!
Let's play!
Hi everyone, I'm Lydia Gaston, also known as Lid Lid. My mother was also known as Lydia Gaston. I used to be a dancer. I'm an actor and teaching artist in New York. And this is an excerpt of a piece that I have been writing about my mother. So I know that the event is for Museo Pambata, and so I always live in my childhood memories, often. I'd like to ask some of you, what are some of your childhood memories that come to mind just now? Anybody? This is my childhood. This is your childhood, and having yeah. Anybody else? Yes.
Inventing our own toys.
Inventing your own toys. That's right. Yeah. How about you, Sophia?
Halo halo.
Yes. Anybody else?
Driving to Florida in the station.
Was there traffic then?
I don't remember. I was in the back seat.
So, some of my earliest memories were of the dance studio of my mother. Hearing her at the top of her voice saying, "Turn out, balance, point your feet, turn around," and I didn't always love it. I was often hot and sticky, and it's not comfortable to be in tights and leotards in the Philippine heat. My mother's first ballet studio, when I was only 3 and she was just 27, was the large living room of the Gaston ancestral home in Silay City, the house of Lolo Victor, my great-grandfather. So it was my grandmother, Lola Consuelo, Lola Mangoy, who said to her new daughter-in-law, my mother, "So, you were a ballerina in New York. What are you going to do now with yourself? You should teach the ballet." And so she did. For the next 5 years, I got used to seeing my mother in a bulging leotard with the newest baby in her belly. Kids, come to the center, stop playing around and concentrate. So, having Lydia Gaston, Madarang Gaston as my mother, meant hearing lots of stories. And that's how we grew up. Lots of stories, and I think it really helped forge our identity. She would tell stories about the war, her college days in Marinol, how she met my dad who was going to Ateneo, and their adventures in New York where they got married. She also had a story for the delivery of each of her children. She said, I just opened my legs and I went, and the baby came out. Not my experience. My mother welcomed every artist that walked into her dance studio. To me, she was mentor, critic, and my most avid fan. Wherever I go, she'll go. I am never much on my own. She's part of my id, part of my ego. And we know I'll never be alone. Whenever I move, she moves. She's there in my feet, in my hands. She's in every lift, every soft groove. She often moves, it isn't just by chance. I couldn't hide if I tried. I couldn't run away. She'll hide deep inside, in my dance and in my every sway. And isn't that what she'd always wanted since I was so small? Wherever I go, I'm never daunted. Through dance, I hear her call. I was born in New York City. My parents eloped here. They were married here without their parents' permission. And but when the second one was born, my brother, I was only 16 months old, and they decided it was too hard to raise a family here. So my mother would tell us the story. We decided to go to Europe. We had never been to Europe before. And we were in Amsterdam, and there was this musician playing the accordion. People were clapping for him. And all of a sudden, there you were, Lidlid. You were dancing with a street musician, and everyone got so excited. You got so excited. And Lidlid, that's when I knew you were born to dance. Whenever I teach, she'll teach. Whenever I speak, she'll speak through me. Her whispers in every arm's reach. With each child's eager nod I see. I won't try to deny, I won't ever run away. I won't flee, I won't fly. Here I'll stand and dance and say, this is what I've always wanted, all I ever strive for. It's everything that's high and vaunted. What else am I alive for? Whenever I breathe, she'll breathe. My every breath is her breath. See within, so gently seeds beneath the path from birth to death. Originally, it was a song about our partners. Wherever I go, he goes. But anyway, it fit very well with talking about my mother. And I hope you have warm memories of your parents as well.
And Bayside Green from the ABP Studio Company, and choreographed by the incredible Elizabeth Rojas Aldridge. Where is she? A dear friend and former dancer and incredible choreographer. I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that did. What a beautiful performance, and our incredible cellist. And Imelda, thank you so much again for allowing to bring, dance and music and all this beautiful to your beautiful story, the Playing Mantis. So just a reminder, we have behind us this beautiful auction, and if you bid, everything goes completely to Museo BATA. So I hope that you're inspired for the children of the Philippines, and just if you want to bid, it's until 6 o'clock today. You can go www.museopambata.com.ph. Thanks, Babby. Thank you for being here and keep enjoying. Thank you.
Hi, Dad. He knows exactly how I feel right now, how uncomfortable it is for me to speak in public. But for just this moment, I welcome everyone. Um, Thank you. I thank Alright, I thank Council Hopper for tolerating my absence and my presence throughout this whole ordeal. And I also want to thank my friends for being here, the old and the new. Most can't even say the word sama-sama para sa bata. Yet they are here to support me, to support Museo ng Bata for a cause, and give kids access to arts, covering children. So can you be quiet, please? I always uncomfortable with that. I want to thank my staff, Nicole. Nicole, thank you so much. Agong, who's not here. Antonio Jose, who stayed long hours with me, doing scraping, buffing the walls to prepare for this quick event. Just a quick story to tie it all up tonight. I have never been to a museum as a child. The first time I stepped into one was in New York. Now, 11 years after, I'm part of the Weekly Educational Board and the Exhibition Board of ICP. Thank you to Chris Corsa, who's here. The Whitney Helena Rubinstein Chair for being here, and Stephanie Adams for being here today. For the conversations on how to make a museum relevant and sustainable with a purpose and mission to serve the community. Tonight, for the 1,000 plus children who will find their pride and their creative spirit in Museo ng Bata, we hope that they too can be part of any museum or any space that can nurture the creative and the confident mind. Cheers.
Everybody continue having a good time. Cheers. Imelda, thank you again for hosting us today in beautiful Plain Mantis. And there's lots of wine, lots of food. And don't forget the date for the action. Thank you, everybody.